Skinny Hardaway Sudden T. Skinny Hardaway Sudden T. My bad, y'all. Back with another EP. And I'm here with some great news. Some great goddamn news, y'all. So we done got Savanna Marshall and Claressa Shields to finally come to an agreement on terms and a deal to a contract. They both are coming out beautiful wins. Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall. You know what I mean? Each fighter attended the other fighter's fight, right? Each fighter attended the other fighter's fight, and each fighter was allowed to get in the ring. And they had, some of the best, women's boxing face-offs that I've seen. You know what I mean? This is also one of the fights in the Super 16. It's 16 women in women's boxing who I think are great for the sport. Extraordinary women, you know what I mean? And these are two of the women in the Super 16 women's boxing fights. I made 8 fights involving 16 women, you know what I mean? We've gotten Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano already. And we got Franchon Cruz versus Ellen Cederroos already. You know what I mean? And now we got Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall, to come to an agreement for a fight. The date is set September 3rd or September 10th was the date that they said. This news is coming straight from Ben Shalom. I hope that I'm saying his name right, Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom is the president of Boxer. Boxer is where both Claressa Shields and Katie Taylor, not Katie Taylor, damn, Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall both are signed, to Boxer type deal. So Ben Shalom, just came out and said this. He confirmed this himself. So straight from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Y'all know I like to say straight from the horse's mouth. No sources. Ben Shalom confirmed this, himself. September 10th or September 3rd. September 10th or September 3rd. The fight will be going down. And again, what I was saying earlier was this is one of the these two women are part of the Super 16. The Super 16 is something on Sudden T. 16 biggest women in women's boxing, the 16 best women in women's boxing. 8 fights. You know what I mean? This is one of the 8 fights that I think, has to be made for women's boxing to really, really take that next step. A lot of people feel like there's not a lot of, good women boxers in boxing, and that's not true at all. I just think a lot of people don't know necessarily where, to go look. That's why, I try to do my best and I try to do my part. And, talking about the sport, the women's sport, talking about these women and making sure that they get their just due as well. Because a lot of these women, are great athletes as well. And I do see women's boxing growing, especially with the emergence of Claressa Shields. You know what I mean? But it's a couple more fights. It's a couple more fights that they should make, and I think the sport will be in a much better place. I think the work that these ladies are putting in right now, the Claressa Shields and the Hannah Gabriels, the Franchon Cruzes, the Michaela Myers, the Alyssa Bumgarners, the work that these ladies are putting in now, I think is going to really pay off. Is really going to see fold later on with the newer and up and coming women boxing. I think there are going to be a lot more women boxers being born and being made because of what's happening right now. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna see the fruits of these labels a little later. But it's officially on September 3rd or September 10th. Ben Shalom has confirmed that Claressa Shields and I often call her Katie Taylor again, that Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall fight is on. Both of these ladies, again, my bad. Let me finish. Let me go back to what I was saying. I was getting this thing sure, y'all. But both women were allowed to enter the ring, to each ladies fight, and they did some of the better, press conference. I mean, They did some of the better face-to-faces that I've seen in women's boxing. Though were, rumors and hidden. Actually, wasn't even a rumor. Claressa Shields said it. I heard about Claressa Shields said that she felt like Savanna Marshall, is afraid of her because Claressa Shields already signed her end of the contract, and Savanna Marshall has yet to sign her end of the contract. I reported that on my Southern T as well. But today it just broke maybe about 20 minutes ago that Claressa Shields and both Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall have officially put their name, on this contract. Claressa Shields is two-time undisputed women's champion of the world. Savanna Marshall is currently the 160 pound champion, middleweight champion, of the world. Savanna Marshall has a growing, fan base, a lot due to the fact that Savanna Marshall is the last woman to defeat Claressa Shields. Now, Claressa Shields is undefeated in the pros, but you will have to go as far back as her amateur career until her last defeat, which is only one defeat. If I'm not mistaken, her amateur career, she went 77-1, if I'm not mistaken, and the one loss being to Savanna Marshall. And just for reference, Savanna Marshall's amateur career, she went about like 50-22 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Around that number. But Savanna Marshall does hold the lone defeat in Claressa Shields' career, which has kind of boosted her stardom. Although it was in the amateurs, people are excited about this fight. You even have some people picking Savanna Marshall, to win this fight. And I can understand, why. Well, I don't understand why they will go that way, but I know people, like Power and people like Knockouts, and Savanna Marshall, does deliver that. You know what I mean? I've been following this story for a minute. Claressa Shields was doubtful about this fight because she felt like Savanna Marshall was trying to find a way out. Savanna Marshall, this fight was supposed to happen next month, if I'm not mistaken, but Savanna Marshall recently injured herself in training camp, so the fight had to be pushed back. So we weren't really sure on which date the fight will be held. Claressa Shields came out on her Twitter a few days ago when this happened. She said she felt like that Savanna Marshall, was ducking her and she trying to stall her out. And Savanna Marshall later came back and said that she's injured, the fight is still going to happen, type deal. And Claressa said, cool, cool, but just make sure you take that VADA testing and all that good stuff. So and then Savanna Marshall came out and stated that I enrolled in VADA testing last week, so you don't got nothing to worry about on that tip. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to come in and drop y'all this news that Claressa Shields and Savanna Marshall is set September 3rd or September 10th, straight from Ben Shalom. So we got something else to celebrate about. This is one of, if not the biggest fight in women's boxing. We just had Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, which they'll be working on their match soon. But Claressa Shields versus Savanna Marshall is official September 3rd or September 10th. So they give us something to look forward to as far as this situation go. But that's all I got. Skin the Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out.